This photo was taken 20 seconds ago. This one, 20 seconds before that. There's a camera in a window at San Francisco State University. It's pointed at a sidewalk, some trees, and most days a wall of fog. Every 20 seconds it takes a picture, then it uploads it, overwrites the last one, and keeps nothing. It has been doing this since September 30th, 1994. Almost nothing on the internet is left from 1994. This is the story of the thing that is. In 1994, the World Wide Web has a few thousand sites on it, total. There is no Google, there is no YouTube. If you're online at all, you're probably on a university connection, staring at gray pages in a browser called Mosaic, and you have, at most, a vague sense that any of this is going to matter. At San Francisco State, 2 graduate students are finishing a master's degree in instructional technology, the study of how machines can help people learn. Jeff Schwartz, screen name WebDog, Dan Wong, screen name Dono. For reasons that will make sense in a moment, they've been thinking about a coffee pot. 3 years earlier, computer scientists at Cambridge University had gotten tired of walking down the hall to an empty coffee machine, so they pointed a camera at the pot and piped the picture to their screens. In 1993, they put that feed on the brand new web, and the Trojan Room coffee pot became, arguably, one of the first things on the internet you could watch. Millions of people checked in on a coffee pot, in a building they would never visit. Nobody could quite explain why. Schwartz and Wong understood why, and they understood the thing underneath the why. A live picture, any live picture, makes a place real. So they got a Connectix QuickCam, the little gray golf ball camera that had just come out, wired it to a Macintosh, and pointed it outside the window of Burke Hall. The image was tiny, under 320 pixels wide, grayish, smeared, and this being San Francisco, there was one thing the camera could absolutely be counted on to capture, most mornings, on schedule: the fog. So they named it the FogCam. September 30th, 1994, they switched it on. Here's what happened next in the world around the camera. Netscape goes public. Google is founded. The dot-com bubble inflates, and in the same city outside that window, it bursts. Friendster, MySpace, Facebook, the iPhone. Everything on the internet gets faster, sharper, louder, and dies younger. And every 20 seconds, a camera at San Francisco State takes a picture of some trees. In August 2001, Cambridge finally switched off the coffee pot cam and auctioned the pot. And on that day, with no announcement and no ceremony, FogCam quietly became the oldest webcam on Earth, a title Guinness would make official in 2008. Over the years, the camera has had several different homes, squatting wherever the university would let it. Burke Hall, the Student Health Center, a stretch where it watched the espresso line at Cafe Rosso, a tribute to the coffee pot. Students would use it for exactly 2 things: checking how long the coffee line was, and sometimes hunting for parking. The creators kept it alive on their own time. Schwartz put it this way: the university tolerates us, they don't really endorse us. And remember, it keeps nothing. Every picture overwrites the last one. A quarter century of San Francisco photographed and immediately destroyed. 3 times a minute. The only frames that survive are accidents. Every so often, the Internet Archive's crawler happened to wander past and save whatever the camera saw at that moment. A few frames a year. That's all that's left. So I tried to collect as many as I could find. 2 decades of leftovers from a camera that keeps nothing. Watch the trees grow. Watch the cars change shape. Decade by decade. Often the same window. Always the same fog. On August 18th, 2019, after 25 years, Jeff Schwartz and Dan Wong posted a short announcement. FogCam would shut down on August 30th. They were done. There was nowhere good left to point it, and had no real support to keep it going. We felt it was time to let it go. They expected nothing. A shrug. It's a webcam. Instead, the obituary started. Tech sites, newspapers, radio. The story went around the world. The internet's oldest webcam is dying. People who had never once looked at FogCam were suddenly genuinely sad about it. The New York Times wrote a headline you normally reserve for an endangered species. California University steps in to save beloved webcam. That headline is the ending spoiled, by the way, because that's exactly what happened. And 10 days later, August 28th, 2 days before the deadline, San Francisco State announced it would take FogCam over. The university that had tolerated it for 25 years finally, officially wanted it. It never went dark. It's up right now, new home, second floor of the business building. Still every 20 seconds. But sit with the strange part. Nobody watches this thing. It has no content, nothing happens. Fog arrives, fog leaves. Why did its death make news on 3 continents? Here's my best answer. FogCam was really never a picture of a sidewalk. It's a pulse. We don't really like change, and the internet is nothing but change. Everything you love gets redesigned, sold off, or shut down. And then there's this one small camera, looking at the same city, the same fog, the same way, for 31 years. You don't check on a heartbeat, you just want it to be there. And it's nice that something still is. A researcher at Pew went looking at what survives online. Of all the web pages that existed in 2013, not 1994, 2013, roughly 4 in 10 are already gone. The web is the most impermanent thing we've ever built, and we put our whole lives on it. Its oldest camera has spent 31 years pointed at the one thing in San Francisco that never changes. The fog comes in, the fog goes out. The picture overwrites the picture. The 2 students who built it went on with their lives. The camera they switched on is now older than Google, older than half the people reading the comments under this video. The camera doesn't know that. It doesn't know it holds a world record. It doesn't know it almost died in 2019, or that strangers on other continents wrote eulogies for it. It knows one thing. It took a picture 20 seconds ago, and it's about to take another. Left Running is a series about machines nobody turned off. There are more of them out there than you'd think. Subscribe, and I'll show you the rest.